Well, folks, today we're gonna do something a little bit, I don't know, play around in the shop and do something a little different. Have this flathead that I pulled out of the barn, but I don't know a heck of a lot about it. I'm pretty sure this came out of that blue truck that I had, so I'm pretty sure it's a runner, but I don't know for sure. The big picture for this one is just like, I want to experiment with this. I have, like, basically, if I get this all running, I have an M90 supercharger. So I'd like to experiment and see if I can get that onto this motor with, you know, maybe twin carbs, and it'd just be a kind of a cool motor to stick in something old. So, plan is, I'm not too worried about this. Well, this one, at this point right now, I just want to put a cam, springs, and do all that jazz in there. So I think I can do the old switcheroo. I'll stick it on that stand and do the work, because I can actually like flip the motor over, do stuff like that. This one doesn't do that anymore. So yeah, so then we'll do that. I'll probably build a new adapter so we can actually, you know, mount the flathead. I don't know how much of it actually needs, but we'll kind of mount it over. And flatheads, these are where the front mounts are on them. These mounts look a little different, but I think this is all truck stuff. Sometimes the cars, yeah, this is truck. See how the pulleys are all lined up? On the truck stuff, usually, or the car stuff, usually the pulleys are offset for two different belts. It's kind of how they go. Yeah, for now, I basically want to throw it on there and try to just test out the run stand, just try something on there and see if it works. I don't plan to run it very long, so I'm not going to make like a rad mount or do any of that kind of stuff on here. But it'd be cool to at least fire it up and see something run on it. That'd be kind of neat. So, anyways, on that note, what I'm going to do is just pull this thing off, set it to the side, then I'll basically pull that one off, mount it up to here. I'll kind of wheel them together. Maybe I can actually, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll use the forklift. I'll wheel them side by side. We should be able to lift them both up. Then I can kind of switch the carts around. And yeah, I want to get this one running, but I haven't done a fuel pump and all that jazz for the fuel system yet. I do have this external pump that I could use and I could mount, but I kind of would like to have like an original sending unit, stuff like that, for like this fuel injected stuff, because I could then do the return line into there, or like if I had a newer one, it had like a built-in return, would be super awesome. So if it was like this one where it's a single head rail, then at least I could have the internal regulator and stuff. I don't want to have to do this with the Corvette style filter and all that stuff to do the return. So yeah, and this motor doesn't really matter right now because this one is going to be getting that supercharger, and then we'll be mounting that transmission behind it, and that'll kind of get the ball all rolling on this to go into the Model A. But that is not for today. That is today. I just want to see if I get the flathead running. We're going to try that. All right, well, I was gonna make some mounts, but you know what? I'm not overthinking it. I just moved the LS ones up about as far as I can go. We just rammed a hockey puck in there. I don't know, it'll be fine. I mean, it's already sitting on the stand, so it's like more than enough. This is just to support it if you were kind of goosing the beans out of it. Anywho, I'm pretty certain this thing is gonna run, but we need to, yeah, this is gonna go to a starter solenoid, which I don't have on here. Okay, so I have to hook this to a starter solenoid. We'll hook that somewhere. I do the ground to get to the battery, which is here. We have one on here, but that is not important. We can just attach this onto something, that'll be fine. I guess I gotta go find a starter solenoid. I can hook this to said starter solenoid. This, I should probably do a new cable, but I think we can just wrap it up for what it is right now. We're not doing anything too crazy here. And then I need to find a carburetor because I don't actually have that. Wow, look at this Zadie oil gauge, eh? All right, it's the only thing I don't have yet is an oil gauge. Dang it. I guess I could put an electric one in here for now. I have water temp, but that doesn't matter. I like to know oil pressure. That'd be kind of nice to know. This is the way they was oiled in the day. So this one's a single pot, but you know, in my big picture scheme of things, I'm thinking, like I say, well, you know what? I'm gonna go dig out that MN90 there. That it's actually like a supercharger from a 3.8 Buick. So there's a whole lot of stuff about it, but people have done it before. I've seen it, and what they do is they just actually take, at least the one I remember seeing, somebody had like a block of wood they stuck on the back, and that's how they did their throttle. And then I believe off the front they took the pulley, they took off that serpentine pulley, and they actually put on one from alternator or generator. So they stuck that on the front, and I think it got them about 4 or 5 pounds of boost. I don't really know, but I'm not too worried about that right now. I do want to just find a carburetor. I got to find a 3-bolt to put on here because it must have been used for something down the road. And we're not worrying about any of this. We basically want to just check out this thing, see if it actually fires and works and does that jazz. Man, there's a lot missing here. I don't know if I have carburetors in the shed. I might have to pull one off of something. I'm just trying to think where I would have a carburetor. That is within the realms of warmness to go pick up. Anyways, I'll go hunt around. I'll find that M90 first, and then we'll figure everything out from there. Let's see. Look at that beauty. I don't know why that looks so wrong. That's the piece. That is it, though. Oh. Now, do I have a carburetor somewhere? All right, we got this, and then we have this. I have no plans to do anything with this just yet, but that is so silly, it's funny. There's a lot of garbage on there. We're definitely not using any of that. Like that sort of is lined up with said pulley. I think it's doable. Depends how wacky I want this to look. Anyways, let's not worry about that right now. I gotta go outside and find a carburetor. I was in the shed, I see nothing in there, so I'm gonna check the barn, see if I have anything there. And if not, oh, I think I have one in the garage, now that I think about it. Right, dog? We got one in the garage. I remembered I have in my garage where my, what do you call it? My GMC's sitting. For some reason, I remember there being one sitting on a shelf there, so let's go have a peek-see. Alrighty. Look at that. You know what, my luck, this will be a 4-bolt or something. Oh, it's a 3-bolt. Oh, net. Is it loose? Or is it supposed to be loose? There's stuff wrong with it. And it looks kind of stuck. I'll bring it in, we'll have a look at it. It's a loose carburetor, so we may as well go with it. Ooh, I'm here. I figure I'd show you the carnage. This is a 6-liter motor, which is complete garbage, but this is a motor that had a stuck injector. Why I always troubleshoot these injectors. Anyways, it had a stuck injector and it decided to actually fire off. And if you look, I can stick my finger in the block there. Right behind the AC pump, thing just grenaded. So basically, it must have hydro locked and then ignited and threw a rod. It's, yeah, pretty cool. Anywho, let's grab this carburetor and see if we can loosen it up. So you can see why I'm always antsy about injectors and why I picked up that cleaner and stuff. There's, I've had so many times where injectors have been bad on LS's, so that was the worst I've ever experienced right there. So there's a few parts were salvageable off it, but not a whole lot. Ooh, everything's pretty rusty. Choke is rusty, but it works. Oh, there's so dirty in there. And this thing doesn't want to work either. Well, we'll try to clean this up a little bit, and I guess, well, I got to get the bottom to work first. Then there's hope for it. Get some looby-doob for it. I could pull carburetor, I could pull something off of a motor, but I'd rather not if I can avoid it. This one must be fairly new because it doesn't have any of the weird buttons and stuff that these carburetors normally have. Oh, I don't know. That's pretty bad. Oh, I guess we just keep tearing it apart, see what happens, but there's a lot of rust. My goodness, there's just like mud in here. Gaskets are bad. Look at the dirt in there. This thing definitely is gonna need to soak. I don't think this one's gonna work for our little adventure here to start off the test engine stand. We're gonna have to find another carburetor. I'm gonna keep this one, but it's gonna be parts. Like everything's probably garbage, like that power valve, all that stuff's probably, and no bueno. Okay, that's cool, no biggie. I will scavenge the yard and we'll find something. Well, I have mooched this off of an unknown motor, but you can already tell it's 100 times better than the motor I had because parts move on it. Except for the choke. What's going on there? Oh, no, it's fine. There we go. So it's all good. The only thing I'm going to do is pull the top off. We'll clean the inside of it, blow it out, and that'll be the extent of our restoration on this carburetor. We are just shooting for a simple test, our test run stand, and yeah, kind of where we're at right now. Trying to be very careful with the hopes I don't wreck this gasket, but it's not looking good. This definitely looks like it's a crazy multi-layer paper gasket in here. And we just lost it. Oh well. Oh, skidina, eh? Ha! Oh well. Well, it's not terrible in there. Like, it's junky, but it's not bad. Worthy of getting just blown out and calling it a day. Make sure our needle and seat work. Perfect. Okie dokie. Get out the blow gun. Alexa, air compressor on. All right, I took the gaskets from the other motor, and I don't know why there was two. Oh, how does this even work? Yeah, but that's weird. That's weird. You ever seen that before? It actually has a spacer, but it's a wedge. I don't know what that's about. I am guessing the angle of the motor I took out of was different. I don't know. Yeah, I don't need one on here. Perfect. Okay. Let's get this sucker bolted on. Hey, carburetor on. I'm not going to hook up to the fuel pump, so I'm not worried about that. We'll just run a line for that. Not doing vacuum, I'm not worried about that. All right, what do I need to do now? I got to get a coil, or a solenoid. We got to get that stuff all sorted out. Oh, that's a problem. I think that'll be okay. We'll join a temporary line to a gauge here. Boop, that'll work for now. I don't care about that. This one I care about. I'm just gonna rattle around and do its thing. Cool. Okay, cap off. Go hot. We'll go ignition. Give it a little crank. Perfect. Okay. We got spark. That is all that matters. Let's put the sucker back together. Well, we're gonna end up just using this for now. This is our click-clack pump we got mounted here. And we'll snippet this off, and then we'll use this up off the top and we'll run it through here and then up to the carburetor. At least that's the plan. Let's get some side cutters here. I don't know where I want this at this point, but for now we'll just kind of do this. Like this goes down. That'll be good enough for now. We'll figure out something better. Just got to get a couple clamps here, and I know this pump is going to be too powerful for this motor, but we'll have to use it sparingly. Put a little bit of gas in here. Whoops. Alrighty, let's make it hot. Let's fuel pump. See if that leaks anywhere. Get my choke nut. See if we have is that the right one? Kind of thinking my accelerator pump doesn't work, which I'm okay with. I know that's a thing. We are going to ignition, pump, hot, everything's on. I don't think I have any accelerator pump. I mean, fuel pump should be going. I have probably flooded the beans out of this thing. Whatever, see what happens. That's probably not good with the fuel tank down there. That really does not seem like there's a lot of compression here. That's not cool. I was certain this thing ran before. All right, pull plugs really quick, have a quick peek, see what's going on in here. I feel something got stuck. Just need it hot. Do the compression test. Mint, nothing. Not good. That is telling me we got the infamous valves. Yeah, I don't even see this. I can see that valve not going up and down. That one is. That one is. So I'm not even going to bother checking the second one here. Survey says 0, which means another valve. At this point, I'm not even bothering. Let's see. Finger over the hole. A 0. Finger over hole. 0. 0. Oh. Did my jumper fall apart? Nothing. Nothing. Boo earns. Boo earns. And my jumper pack's completely dead. And my battery is no good. All right, well, what do we do now? Jeez Louise. Huh. Well, I guess the only thing we can do right now is pull the intake off and see what's happening. Because on a flathead, you have to get underneath here to check all the valves. I don't know if they're stuck, but it's pretty much the easiest way to start checking this thing out. I thought this thing at one time ran, but that was clearly a long time ago. And this motor's been sitting in my barn for years. So yeah, those things happen. Bummer. Let's disconnect our fuel. I'm gonna see if I can just kind of throw my distributor over to one side here, because I don't really want to mess with my plug wires. So we'll do that. I don't know if I can get that out. Oh, perfect. Cool, 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 cool. Take the fuel line off, and yeah, let's do this. Let's get her done. Something's wrong with that pump, I guess, maybe. Not pulling fuel, but I'm not too worried about that right now. Task at hand. Nope. I don't know. I don't know. This one, the valve's going up and down perfectly. So I can see this valve is working, but this one I think is hung up. Neither one of these are working. Boo. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Definite stuck valve. How stuck? Looks pretty stuck. That one's going. Not bueno. Working, but very, very, very slow. Ooh. Clearly working. Well, it sucks. It means I gotta pull the heads off. I really didn't want to do that. Boo earns. It's turning into more work than I wanted here. All right. Well, let's just get going. May as well get her done. Mint. Not very often. That works. Golly. What do you think? That thing's stuck in the head? Yep. Where'd you look at that, eh? Stuck. Boo earns. Well, at least pull the one side off and I'll have a little quick peek into here and see what's going on. The other one, I don't know. I'm gonna pickle the head. All the bolts came out, so I'm like so happy, but these always are usually always the culprit, and I don't want that to strip out. So I'm kind of gonna just keep lubing that thing, and hopefully, because I can't even move the head, so that tells me this thing's stuck in the head. I'm gonna give that a little looby-dooby there and see what happens. Well, anyways, with any luck, oh, let me get this hose off. If it comes off, should come off. Yeah, there we go. No problem. Okay, with any luck, I should be able to bop this head gasket off. Or head, I mean. And see what we're working with here. Well, there we are. Give it some little bit of carbon, not a big deal, and a whole lot of stuck valves. Stuck, stuck, stuck. Both of these are actually working. I don't know if the rings or what happened, why we had no compression. Ooh, but that one's like really slow, so that's probably a part of that one. Look how slow that one goes. So we probably missed our compression stroke. So it's not bad. We got one winner on this side and no winners on that side because I can't get the head off. All right. Boy, do we have carbon in there though. Boo. I'm not happy about that thing. All right, well, we'll keep pickling it for a while, see what happens. I'm not too pumped about that. Boo earns. But we got a few are going. This one, I bet you, if I get that thing to go up, we can probably just spray the dickens out of that thing. This one's working. Those we can actually get from the intake though. Don't want to do too much shady here. Oh, wow. Kind of how our trend is going to go here on this side. Well, there's another slow one. That one's going to... The one side's going to come here. Yo, dead blow. That one's a stiff one. Well, I'm going to work at this for a little bit, but I can't get the other side off. Well, I really don't want to break that stud and then be stuck with drilling and tapping that thing out. So I'm gonna wham bam on this thing for a little while and see if that other side loosens up. That's about all I can do. Ooh, get a little warm. All right. Well, this is definitely looking better, but there's definitely a lot of splits around the valves, so I don't know if this thing is was just burning oil, because there is a lot of carbon deposit in here. But yeah, don't have gaskets. We're probably just going to copper spray it for now, and it'll be good enough. This side is getting there. We're almost there. But unfortunately, we don't have the other side apart yet, which is a bit of a problem. It wouldn't be so bad if that stud, I would just cut this thing. I'd be okay with that if the thing was loose, but the head's just not loose. I mean, I'll give it a couple bops, but I really don't want to break this stud off. Oh, hold on, hold on. I think it's loose. If I can loosen this stud off a bit, I'm willing to cut it. This thing won't come out, but I'll definitely leave it in there. Oh, hold on. Oh. Oh. Oh man, awesome. Oh, oh. Ah, shoot. Ah, perfect. Perfect. Awesome. Look at that. I really want to put a stud in there, though. I don't want to put these things back in. This won't be seeing any winter duty, I'll tell you that. Oh, jeez, Louise. Oh. That is a rare piece. All right, I just got to disconnect this oil stuff and then we're good to go. How much oil pressure there was there? There's not even a flare on that. Okay. Ah, mint. That is mint. Let's see what's happening on this side. Ooh, hold on. We definitely have oil pressure coming out of there. There we go. Well, it's not great, because these ones are going, well, that one's actually not going up and down. Oh yeah. So these are going up and down, but we're not getting compression. So I'm thinking these two cylinders are good. These two, we got stuck valves right there. I'm going to stick some looby-doob on those and kind of work them for a little while here. But I'm starting to think our rings are stuck. I think that one's going to come yet. Well, you can see we got oil flow, eh? All right, that starter's warm. Let her sit. I do not want to disturb anything because we are trying to reuse this gasket. Not the best choice, but I don't have one right now, so. And I think we're gonna have to come back and revisit and get this block clean because it looks so plugged up in there. But the less we disturb, the better. Well, we're gonna cleaned up as good as possible, as we can with what we have here. We're gonna use our head gasket in a can. Do not disturb anything. Well, let's just see if we got even compression, if we can go further here. Ooh, that one's good. That one's good. That one's good. We're not going to test it. We're just going by the... That one's good. That one's not good. Nah. It's something. I still have to get some head bolts, but we're not worried about coolant leaks, so... let's just see if it fires. That's what we're going to shoot for here. That'll be our goal. Won't dig too much further than that because, well, quite frankly, if it can just fire off and fart, I'll be pretty happy. All right, ignition, fuel, give it a little bark of that, a little bit of throttle. What do you think? Timing? I don't know. You would have thought it, well, again, I thought it ran before, but maybe not. Let's put it back to where it was. The points are sparking, but are they sparking enough? That is the question. I don't know if they're opening enough. We'll check that out really quick here. No, they're not. Oh, hold on. That should be better. Weird. Okie dokie. Well, now. Well, I don't know. I went through the firing order, switched it, changed it, got it to where it's supposed to be, apparently. I don't know. We'll lock the timing about where it was. I'm hoping one is where one is and started from there, because that wire can't possibly go anywhere. The other ones did go around and they were screwy. So I don't know if somebody did it or I did it. I don't know. But let's see what happens. I'm amazed it did anything before. Because it is quite a bit out. Was quite a bit out. Yeah. Still doesn't hold that thing, eh? Okay. Oh, the battery gods hate me. I don't know, this battery worked good before, but I guess it's no good. Story of my life. All right, I'm gonna let it charge up. It sounds way more promising now than it did. I got, yeah, no, it sounds promising. We just need some charge in the system here. Well, I've charged the battery for a while, so let's see if this thing cooperates better. Almost there. What do you think? Just needs more fuel? I don't know if that pump is pumping. Boy, it only wants full throttle. I can't get nothing else. Well, it's probably too much fuel. I don't know why I don't think that fuel pump is working. It only wants to go full throttle. It doesn't want anything else. Diapers. That's just like it needs to drive down the road. Definitely was like a timing thing before, right? Nope, definitely doesn't. Seems to like all the way that way or nothing. Oh man. Yeah, I definitely need a different clicky clack pump. Okay. Survey says. Gosh darn it, that pump. Why doesn't this pump work? Well, it's totally, I think it's working. This thing has no accelerator pump. All right, we're gonna call it there. It's hot. I basically want to run this thing through a couple more heat cycles because you can hear it starting to come back to life. The cylinders are slowly coming there. So yeah, I'm gonna let it cool. I'm gonna do a couple of these because I want the rings to pop. I want them to, I'm sure that's what the problem now. But now it's nice and warm, which is good. We got her good and warm. We're gonna cool it down. I'm gonna start it, we're gonna run it again. I guess the fuel pump is working. This thing's just a little, oh, you know what? I know what's missing, why the accelerator pump doesn't work, because it's actually missing that little rod. That's why. This is supposed to go up and down. I felt something was missing. There, this thing. Does that actually squirt? Perfect. All right. I'll play with this some more and I'll bring you guys back here. That is mint. Awesome. Check it out. Perfect. Mint. All right. Well, that's not too bad. I think we got a winner. That's a good candidate for an I think it's called an M90. I think that's what it is. It's a small one off the 3.8 Buick. I have seen it done, so it's gonna happen here. Mint. Oh, that thing runs good now. Golly. Basically, I guess the wires were screwed up, so we fixed the timing. And then it just wanted lots of timing back. It just didn't seem to wanna, it was struggling. So I jumped all the wires, just one over, and then I was able to like walk the distributor back over. So that part's good. This carburetor, like I say, it works, but I don't have an accelerator pump. I tried stealing parts from that one and it didn't work. So it kinda just is what it is. Not too worried about it, but it's definitely a good one now. Starts and runs like a regular flathead. It's awesome. Mint. Mint. Oh, it even runs so great with missing one plug. Look at that. Golly. All right, one more time. I wish the tack worked. I don't know if the tack broke or what happened there. Oh yeah, just like a flathead. That's awesome. 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 So yeah, coming soon, we're gonna try to fit that thing onto here. I think that'll be pretty awesome. Anyways, on that note, I think that's where we are gonna leave this one. So, as always, I wanna thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.